Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids, and this is my review of the StarTech eSATA and USB 2 dual SATA HD enclosure with RAID. Now I should briefly mention that this video review is being recorded with the Sanyo Zacti VPC SH1. Now on with the review. This is the product box you can see here. I'm going to move this out of the way and show you this really nice product. Basically this is a hard drive enclosure. You can actually install 2 serial ATA drives into this enclosure and you get everything you need with the product. I'm going to show you the little box that they include inside that main product box, and in here you've got everything that you need to get you up and running. So what you get with the enclosure is a little instruction manual, and this talks you through how to set up the drive and how to install your hard drives in it, and I'm going to be showing you how to do that within this review. You also get some software, and this is for setting up the different storage settings on the device. You can do it via hardware switches, which I'll also show you later on, or you can do it with this software. This software is PC only, so for Mac users you do need to use the dip switches on the device itself. Also in here you get a 3-pin UK power plug. That power plug plugs into this, which is the multi-voltage power adapter, IEC connector this end for that power cable I showed you, and this one goes into the hard drive enclosure. You also get a stand to stand the enclosure on. You also get an eSATA cable. This is for connecting it to your computer, or it does also connect via USB, and they supply a USB cable in the box as well. You also get a little pack of screws, and this is used for mounting the hard drive into the enclosure. So let's pop all this to one side and I'll give you a closer look at the hard drive enclosure itself. So this is made of a nice aluminium construction. Very nice brushed effect to it, and this helps dissipate the heat away from the hard drives. The bottom completely blank, and this is what stands in that little black stand that I showed you a minute ago. And then on the front of the device we've got a power on off button and also some LED activity lights. Around the back of the device we've got the exhaust fan. This again is for getting heat away from the drive. eSATA connection for connecting to your computer, USB 2 again for connecting to your computer. We've got an on-off switch, which is for switching the hard drives on and off, and we've also got an on-off switch here, which is for controlling this little fan. And then this last input socket here is for the power supply. Now to install a drive, it's very simple indeed. We've got 4 screws located here on the back of the unit. I have already loosened these off just to make it a bit quicker to show you, but you simply remove these 4 screws. Like so. The last one doesn't seem to want to come out. Let's just give that last one a couple more turns, and then once all those screws are removed, this actually pulls out of the enclosure. So this is your hard drive caddy. And to install a drive, you're simply going to get a 3.5-inch serial ATA drive, and then it slots in to the caddy like so, locates into the connectors, which are just based just under here, and then we've got some screw holes that are lined up here. You get the little pack of screws that they supply you in the box. I'm just going to put 1 in each side for speed, but you do really need to put in all 4. So we locate that onto the drive and simply screw that in to locate the drive nicely and securely into the enclosure. As I say, you should put all 4 on, but just for this example I'm going to just pop 2 in. So that's the drive installed on that caddy. Now this goes back into the enclosure. Before I put it back in the enclosure, I'm going to give you a close-up of these dip switches. Now these little switches here, this is where you configure what mode the hard drives are going to be in. Now this hard drive enclosure supports RAID 0, RAID 1, JBOD, Safe33 or Safe55 modes. Now you can configure those modes via these dip switches, it's all explained in the instructions, or you can configure it via the software if you're using a Windows based PC. Now the most popular modes are going to be RAID 0 or RAID 0 and RAID 1, and they offer either striping for performance or mirroring, which means that the first hard drive data is mirrored to the second hard drive data. So if I've got two drives in here, it will either perform very quickly in RAID 0 or it will make a duplicate mirror of the data onto the second hard drive if I've got it set to RAID 1. So once that's done, we just pop this caddy back into the enclosure. Like so. That's in, and then we pop these screws back in to the top of the unit. And we're ready to go. Now while I'm screwing these in, I'll just let you know that the 50cm fan is useful because it does get rid of some of the internal heat of the drives, but it is very useful that it can be turned off via the on-off switch on the back of the unit. And I'll also tell you while I'm screwing these in that this is model number SATA 3520 UERGB. It's going to cost you around about £50 if you shop around in the UK, or $65 in the US. So that's all of the screws back in to the enclosure, and I have been testing this over a period of about 3 or 4 weeks now. I've been using it in RAID 1 mode, and I've been extremely pleased with how this has been performing. The aluminium enclosure does a great job of dissipating the heat. The fan that's located on the back with that on-off switch just down here, I've had it switched off nearly all of the time. I haven't had the need really to have this fan running, and as such the price of this at just £50, not including drives of course, is absolutely fantastic. I think if you're looking for a good storage solution that offers up RAID 0 and RAID 1 as well as those other modes that I mentioned earlier, then you really can't go wrong with this. This is the StarTech eSATA USB 2 dual SATA HD enclosure with RAID. Thank you very much for listening. Please do come back soon and check out more video reviews on the Geekanoids channel.
This video review is sponsored by EasyDraw, making drawing fun on Mac OS X.